If beauty is in the eye of the beholder, then what is this? Alright, I'm Angelina and this is Blueprint DIY, where we normally remake our clothes to be just as unique as us. This is definitely going to be a journey. I used to do videos like this all the time, and some of you have written to me saying that you really like this type of video. So I am trying to do more of them, as challenging as they are, because I just go to the thrift store, pick up the ugliest thing I can find, and I use the term ugly loosely because at one time in history there were women all over the United States. I don't know about anywhere else in the world, but I know for certain in the United States, and actually the tag says New York and Paris. So whoever created this garment was designing in New York and Paris, and so at some point, there were women who thought that this piece was just the bee's knees and they wanted to wear it. So that makes you think that at one point they considered this beautiful. And I'm crazy enough, insane enough to think that it still has so much potential. Yes, that's my insanity. I go to the thrift store and I see things and I only look at material. So of course for this, I looked at the color of it and I looked at the material of it and I thought it had potential. And there's like layers of material, so that's always a good thing. Now let's look at the elements of this dress, because that's the first thing I always do to see what I might want to make it into. I'm going to be very honest with you guys. As of right now, when I am recording, as you are seeing me right now, I have zero, like literally zero idea what I want to make this into. So this is just, it's going to be just as much of a surprise to me as it is to you. So we're going to go on this journey together. I hope you guys are for it. And let's talk about the elements of this dress. So I have this sheer portion right here that is above, like a camisole dress portion that goes all the way down to the frilly skirt. This sheer portion, I don't particularly care for the outside of it. It looks like it's seen better days, but I think that the inside of it still looks amazing, and I like that print. That print, I really like that. So I'm thinking about reusing this for something, turning it inside out and using the inside of the fabric. It has shoulder pads. Shoulder pads are actually in, so you know I can't knock that, but I don't know whether I am going to keep the shoulder pads. It's drop waist, which okay, things are drop waist, but the extra little gobblers on the sides and on the back, I don't know if I can get with that. Like, I don't know if I can get with that. And then it has a diamond in the front and these little, I don't know what to call them, and a tail down the front. It's a lot. It's a lot, but guess what? That means it's a lot of material. So I need to look for inspiration. So I can then go to Pinterest or to different online stores. Sometimes I'll go to Zara's New In. Sometimes I'll go to look at runway shows, or I'll put words like sheer in like sheer top or sheer something in Pinterest, or I'll put in like ruffles or frilly or something like that. Something I think that the piece could do well. And I'll look at all the inspiration, and a lot of times, of course, you're not looking for that one piece that you should make. You're just looking for elements that bring you to the point of, okay, this is what I want to make. With this piece, I found some inspiration, but not a whole lot. So what I did was I came back to the piece and I looked at it and I said, okay, is there anything that I like about the piece? And what I actually do, the only thing that I actually do like about the piece when I'm wearing it is the fact that when I walk, the frill at the bottom, it kicks out. I'm a sucker for that, and so I think maybe I want to keep that. So I'm thinking that the under piece, the skirt and the dress, I think I want to make a like fitted mermaid skirt and a crop top out of the under part. And then for the sheer, I'm not 100% sure of what I'll make, but I think that I am going to try to make gloves with it. So let's try and see what this is going to turn out to be. I am going to have to use the seam ripper, my most hated thing to do. I hate seam ripping. I'm gonna have to do it. Take the skirt off from the top and then reattach them.
There's a feeling in my soul, can't defeat it. I lose control on your marks. Get set. Are you ready to go?
And it's still connected. So guess what? Guess what? Guess who's not gonna do this? Me, she, her. Not gonna do it. I'm gonna cut it. I cannot be bothered. Plenty of fabric. I cannot be bothered. Alright. Skirt. Okay, so as it turns out, I should have been more patient and just seam ripped it because I really kind of needed every inch of the fabric because I didn't realize that the waist was actually hitting up here. I was just thinking about how it was hitting over here, and I really want this whole section that's going to be actually now the top of the skirt to be quite a bit lower. So, yeah, because I want, just really that mermaid. Like, I don't have curves, so I'm thinking that this is going to give an illusion, and I need that illusion. I need it. But the other thing is, though, that since this was higher than I thought, then I can cut off some of the skirt. So I only want the skirt to hit about there. So that means I can cut off about 3.5 inches off of the top of the skirt. And then this is where I want it cropped. I don't have any hem space. Yeah, I don't have any hem space. I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to do something. And I'm going to crop it off here. This is going to be the top of the skirt. So that moves down and becomes the top of the skirt, and then with the part that I cut off from here, I'm going to use that as the waistband. So fingers crossed that this works. If not, then I don't know. Then it'll be a fail. Let's see.
Where do we go from? Where do we go from here? No one can save us from keeping clear.
Let me say this so you guys can learn from my failures. This material is very thin. It's very thin and it is stretchy. When I first picked up the dress, I didn't test it to see if it was stretchy and how thin the material is. I just saw the color and just liked it and picked it up. So I don't know. I just have to go back to the drawing board and see what I can do. This got cut too short. Y'all can see. I don't want, No, no, no. Everybody always comments and says, everything looks so good on you. No, honey, not everything. I've just learned what to show, what to hide, I won't say hide because, you know, it doesn't matter, but how to dress this body. So let's try again. Back to the drawing board. Okay, so if you like seeing me do these type of videos where I am just taking an ugly piece and transforming it without really knowing where I want to go with the piece, definitely give this video a thumbs up. I will not know, and please share it, because I will not know whether you like this type of video or whether this video is successful. If I'm going to put in all the work, these videos take a lot of work. I want to make sure that it's something that you guys enjoy. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Definitely subscribe. We are on our way trying to get to 1 million subscribers, and you definitely are welcome here in the Blueprint DIY family. So hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you don't miss a thing. All right, so since we're failing, let's just fail a little harder. Why not? Why not? We're having a failing day. Let's fail harder. Because we're failing already, so can't fail any harder. So yeah, I have that is over. That's done with, not working. So I have this jumpsuit. It is a junior national space suit that I found at the thrift store for $2. Obviously, I cannot fit it. But the great thing is that there's a seam that goes all the way from the bottom all the way up through the arm. So we're going to use that to take it out a little bit. Done this a ton of times. Just add a strip of fabric. I'm going to add the sheer. Ooh, yeah. Sheer all the way up the side. Then I am going to use that ruffle and add it to the top of here. So it's going to be a sleeveless jumpsuit. Oh, and I didn't mention that since I don't want to move the zipper, because I could just take the zipper and move it down, but I want to keep the zipper. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the collar, or at least I'm going to try to keep the collar, cut down to here, around here. Ah! I meant to cut it across. Ah. Oh, brother. It's one of them days. Through the back, add the ruffle. What else? And add the strip up the side. So, let's try and do that. Let's cut some strips from this. I know a lot of you guys have really been asking me about failures, and so I'm gonna blame this one on you guys because you want to see me fail, but I don't like it. It happens. Not perfect, okay? Just wanna make some cute clothes. But I am a perfectionist though, so I do not like showing off my failures. I mean, nobody does. Who does, really? If seeing me fail helps more of you try, then I am willing to go there. I mean, honestly, let's just be honest. It depends on what kind of failure. I'm not willing to fail any old kind of way just for people to see. But these kind of failures are worth it. All right, strips in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I have the seam out and I am going to go ahead and add the strip in. First, before I add it in, I'm going to do a double fold, and I actually decided to do this side out, which is the original side that was out, just because it's closer to this color. If I do it on this side, you see how light that looks compared to that. So I'm going to keep it on this side. I may regret that in the end. I may not. I don't know. This project could have a lot of regrets, but then I'm going to lay good side to good side. Whatever side I choose, I decide. And I'm going to sew one side down all the way up the side of the jumper. Then once that side is attached, I'll go back and sew the other side together. And you can see here, I've already done this side. And it also definitely, because of the type of fabric this is, well, both of them, they need to be serged. So if you don't have a serger and you're trying to use fabric like this, make sure you use fray check or something like that. And yeah, but because I already hemmed it, then it's finished at the end. But one thing I think, because I've tried it on, I think I want to taper it at the end so that the ankles stay like really skinny and slim, and then it, you know, widens out towards the side. So I might try to do that, but we'll see. All right, wait, let me show you this side. I have put in the sides, and I'm okay with the sides. I like them. But this whole ruffle situation up here, if you remember, the ruffles are like kind of long. And I really like this part. Like, I like what's going on up here. I do not like this. This actually is, I've seen it recently a lot on the runways, but it's not something that I care for. So I'm definitely gonna cut that off right here. I don't know if I'm gonna add spaghetti straps or not, or leave it sleeveless, but I'm definitely gonna do a little bubble sleeve out of the same material as this. So that's the plan. That is like the 5th plan to make this work, and we're gonna see if we can finally make it work. Okay, so I'm ready to cut this off. I've made a lot of mistakes today. One mistake I do not want to make is having the zipper up here when I cut it. I want the zipper down here because I want to keep the zipper, and I'm going to cut it above because I'm going to seam rip part of the zipper and just fold it under so that the zipper stops up at the top. And once I get this one apart, I will go to the sewing machine and sew down or top stitch all of this, top stitch this. And then on the sides, I am going to actually, because it's a lot, it's too much. So I'm going to close it up once it gets to the top. So I'm going to close it up a little bit up here, let that fold inside, and then just double fold hem it all along the back. Now let's cut these sleeves. I'm going to cut just a square off of here, because really all you need is a square. And it's going to be very much like the Beyonce Black is King sleeves. But basically what you want is just that, and then elastic goes up at the top.
Then you'll sew your edges together, making sure you leave a space, an opening, so that you can turn it right side out. Once you have it right side out, you'll put those edges together and sew them together with a top stitch, pretty much just the same way you would do if you were sewing a scrunchie.
All right, it's still loose, even though I sewed up the sides a bit and sewed down this little flap, which I'll probably sew all the way down. But the sharp point is a little bit extreme for me, like a little bit. It is definitely, you know, it's okay. But I think what I want to do is I want to add a dart, a external dart that sits up like this, and it mimics this angle. So then that brings it down to my chest, but then that gives it more dimension and really accentuates it and sits it out like that. So the hard part about this is going to be making sure that each one is exactly even. So I'm going to go ahead and add the pins. And I know to a lot of people that seems weird, but this whole project is weird. I mean, my gosh. And then what I think I'm also going to do is stitch the sleeve to the side so that it can droop and not fall like that. And we're gonna see what we come out with, whether we come out with something that is runway ready or trash ready.
Now every day, every night, every moment with you, I'm walking on air. And every day, every way, I feel I can't lose. I wanna shout it out, ain't no limit. I wanna shout it out to the world.
Okay, so we finally came to some sort of final product. So a lot of you guys always ask me, do you fail? Do you fail? And I try to tell you, like, yes, I fail. I fail in this one quite hard. But it's because I make videos that, you know, it's like I have to put out a product every Thursday, every Saturday. So I have to make it work. And I think for me, that is a really, really positive thing, because it's like I have to keep going, I have to keep going, I have to keep going. But I still have the other piece. I do not throw my scraps away, so it'll pop in my mind. I have a stroke of genius what it should be, and I have those pieces, and so hopefully I haven't cut them up too much. I still have the full skirt. For now, this is my New York Fashion Week Spring 21 outfit, I say. And this is definitely completely me, like, you know, like a whole street vibe with something fancy thrown in. So yes, I love it. And if you are interested in learning how to just take a piece and upcycle it and make it into something that you're truly, truly gonna love, then definitely hit that join button down below to learn more about my Renegade Upcycle Challenge. And it's just a class that we are doing every month we are doing a new piece to go into our wardrobe. We're making a whole complete outfit, top, bottom, outerwear piece, and accessory, and it's so fun. I'm enjoying it so much. We record every class, so if you're just coming in, you can go back and watch the intro class. We just started, so definitely hit that join button, join the VIP Supreme group for that, as well as other groups that have amazing perks like learning what videos I'm about to do, the outcomes, I give you sneak peeks and everything like that. So hit that join button to find out more. So if you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe. Like I said, I do new videos every Thursday and every Saturday, and I have a whole host of other videos for you to watch right here. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.